everybody. Today we are going to talk about my Dreadlock spray. Actually, you can use this on any hair type. It's all natural ingredients, and I'm going to go over everything that I put in it and why. So if you'd like to see that, just stay tuned. So first off, we're going to talk about one of my main ingredients, and I use aloe all the time. So I grow this, and you just pick it like this. So I don't know if you've ever seen it raw. This is what it looks like, and it has pricklies on the side of it. So I just cut those off, and then I split it in half. If you split these in half, I kind of broke it. But if you split them, you'll see that there is a gel that's in it, and then it also has flesh. Now, aloe is a really great humectant. It's great for your hair and scalp especially. What humectants do is they draw in moisture, and aloe is known to draw in the most moisture and bring it really deep into the scalp or your hair and hold that moisture in for healthy hair. And I also like to use the gel to put in my hair and kind of keep down the frizzies. It doesn't build up. It's just a really great miracle plant. So for my spray, what I do is I get it, and like I showed you, I break it open. Usually I do it a little bit better than this, but I break it open and then I score it. And then I use about a teaspoon's worth of apple cider vinegar. Now, apple cider vinegar is great for conditioning. It's also very acidic, so it will help break down my ingredients that I'm going to put in the first part of my spray. And it's also a natural preservative, so anything fresh that you have in your spray, it will help to give it a good shelf life. I usually have mine for a good 3 weeks, you know, sitting out, and it's just fine. And then something else that I also use as far as fresh ingredients is mint. So these are fresh mint leaves, and what mint is good for, it's a lactic acid. It's also antibacterial. It also really helps clean off the scalp. So if you're getting buildup or anything like that, it will help to break all that down and get rid of that. And it really helps for dandruff control. And the next ingredient that I use is this lavender water. It's called flower water. I'll link it below. I talked about it in my last video, but it is really helped out my scalp a lot. Lavender is known for soothing. You've heard it several times when people say, you know, they use it as a scent to help relax you before bedtime, but it also does that topically too for your body, and especially your scalp. If you're experiencing itchiness, it's really just going to soothe that. And I'm telling you, I use my spray once a day. I spray it into my scalp, and the lavender really has helped so much with the itchiness. I mean, you know, aside from the regular itchies, I don't get itchy anymore. So I put about 4 ounces of this, and like I had mentioned before in my last video, I have an 8-ounce container that I use. So this is based on my 8-ounce container. And then next I put in rose water. Now roses are great for youthfulness, so it really helps to repair your hair. It just gives it that youthful shine. It helps repair dead ends, split ends, damaged hair from, you know, sun exposure, along with, you know, like me, I use a lot of products in my hair as far as bleaching and coloring and things like that. So that really helps to keep the health of your hair. So each of these I put about 4 ounces in, maybe a little bit less. And then what I do is I put it all into a jar. And this one has been sitting for a couple days. I keep it in the refrigerator, but you don't necessarily have to, because it does have the apple cider vinegar in it. So that is keeping it preserved. It doesn't smell the best, but I don't know if you can see in there. And I just leave this sitting. There's no certain set time, but I'm about halfway through my bottles, so that's about when I start it. And so this is what the leaves will tend to look like, and then the aloe is in here. See, it's just breaking it all down. And then I also use essential oils. So I use 20 drops of each of these essential oils that I'm going to talk about. And again, I use lavender again. I want the most soothing properties that I can get for my hair. So I use lavender again, and this is cold pressed, so it's not a really greasy formula. I really try to stay away from more of the greasier essential oils. Just look for cold pressed, and do make sure when you are looking for essential oils that it is just the whatever ingredients that you're getting. Like, it shouldn't have lavender and several other ingredients in it. It should just have the lavender cold pressed, however, or whatever you're using. And then I use tea tree oil. Now, as most of you probably know, tea tree oil is great for also antibacterial and antifungal. It's going to help keep any fungus or molds from growing or getting into your dreadlocks in case of, you know, extra moisture that was left in there. So tea tree is really great for that. I don't really care for the smell too much, but the benefits that it adds are tremendous. And then I put in peppermint. Now, peppermint is really great for stimulating the scalp and hair growth. Now, what that will do is it brings the blood to the surface. Now, there are carriers that you can use if you're really concerned with hair growth and that's something that you want. What you can do is use either jojoba oil or coconut oil, or rose hip oil is really good for it too. Mix it with the peppermint. If the peppermint is too intense, just add a little bit more of your carrier oil. And then what you're just gonna do is put it into your scalp and just massage it for about 15-20 minutes. You can get somebody to do it for you. It's really relaxing. I love the way peppermint feels. It just makes it tingle, and like I said, it will help grow your hair. And then one of the last essential oils that I use is the rose hip oil. Now, same thing as I talked about with the rose water, rose hip, rose, any type of essential oils are going to help damaged hair and split ends, things like that. It's just going to help repair and bring back that youthfulness. I also like to use this rose hip on my ends because I do have a lot of damage from bleaching and colorings, things like that. So, and then I just add it all together, put it in my spray. I also wanted to say that you can also add rosemary, either fresh or get the essential oil. I haven't been able to find either. I'm going to try to get a plant so I can start putting in the first part of my spray. But rosemary is really good also for hair growth, and it is said to be helpful for preventing gray hairs and also to prevent balding. So if that's something that is a concern to you, get some fresh rosemary or essential oil rosemary. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.